right. Well, who's ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
I was born ready.
Me, senor.
You were born ready, and then you weren't born ready for a little while, and then you came back, born ready to play.
Yep.
And I was born again.
I was born again.
Dragonista.
Alright, so the last week we went high, so this week we're gonna see how low can you go.
All right. Midas and Eladrian. How low can you go? Can you go down? low?
Right,
All the
right
way
to the middle.
floor?
Oh!
Hot damn.
So should we roll in d20s or d8s since it was the 8?
Dun dun dun.
What do you want him to do, Victoria?
Do another d20. Gotta have all the chances.
Mother of pearl.
So I was ready too.
All right. So
As long as you're ready.
It's always when I'm ready. If I prepare, not gonna get it.
all right. So let's see. Here we go. So let's see. We pick last week for the adventures of the Mighty Ducks here on the Crimson Skies. We were we picked it back up right in the hotel right after Zar flew out of the window, which was that was amazing that he did that in the first place. But see, his dad Zachary, he came up to us and explained what had happened. He explained that Zar left. He gave us a note and the tome from Zar, but Zar's note, my God, it is long like a book. Zar always liked books, so it just makes sense that he would try to write one. But it was a very long note. But it was, in a word, perfect. It was a perfect note. But the note was a very heartfelt note. Very many things were said to each of us about the many different things. By the time the note was finished, we were all just shocked. Midas is so shook he had to leave. In fact, he did not only just leave, he went to his parents' graves and had a conversation with them. There was as he leaves his grave, there was like a wind pushing him forward, like a sign, saying, "Go, son, go." Adrian didn't really know how to feel, totally conflicted. He both loves and hates Zar at the same time. Wants to see him succeed and understands why he had to leave, but he hates that he did it in the way that he did it. There's a lot of emotional stuff happening, going back and forth. See, I take at some point I grabbed this note because Corey had held onto the note, and I take it from her. I really latched onto this thing, kind of took it and went into the corner to try to study it. But anyway, Zach, Mr. Adele, he gave us a couple of paper birds in case we need to get in touch with anybody. So he gave us 3 of them, in fact, which is very, very generous. But Corey is hanging on to those, of course. We all agree to head over to Ballant. We just gotta get out of Rento for now. Although we did say that we would be back in time for the competition of songs, because we cannot miss this. No. By the time we get into Ballant, we notice that there is the militia is doing a bunch of different things. There are several different things the militia can do for a bit of coin, you might say. Many of them are encountering monsters of some sort, but we ignore it. Oh, this was in Rento still. This was not in Ballant yet. It's just still in Rento. But we leave through the northern gates. We leave, and whenever we get out of the city, it is the first time in a long time. But Corey takes the quack house and throws it up and pops it open, and for the very first time, Koshka is able to come in and see it. I mean, it is a pretty fantastic place, if I do say so myself. But in the quack house, a lot of feelings rouse up, and we all get emotional again, and more emotional stuff happens. Turns out Eladrian was writing a poem based on the note that Zar left. Shared a bit of it with Corey, but really, it's kind of like the night ended, and that's kind of where we stopped. It's really, really about it. All that I've got.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So many emotions.
Lots of crying, laughing, anger,
And then crying again.
crying again. more anger.
Yeah, so as you guys have been getting a night of rest, make sure you all take a long rest. And as morning comes, we're going to have a little cutscene.
Cutscene.
All right. Seagulls fly high over the peaceful port city of Balin. The birds cut through the chilly morning air as the town goes about its day-to-day activities. The shipyard is as active as always, and many deliveries are being brought to and from the port. Large transport ships can be seen weighing anchor at the dockyard, as they have just arrived from the mainland, with just as many ships sailing out to sea towards their eventual destinations. The Vrento Guard continue to avidly guard the shipyard, and the large frame of Sergeant Brick can be seen giving directions to the guardsmen. The people of Baland are gathered in the market to look at the unique wares that have come from abroad, as well as picking up various ingredients that will be used for their lunches and suppers later on today. Even Gloria Snickerdoodle, who is quickly scampering through the market, is out and about looking for any possible exotic ingredients to work into her recipes. A town crier can be heard telling the people that the dragons that were plaguing the path between Baland and Dunblane have been heroically slain by some adventurers and the Paladins of the Advent, putting extra emphasis on the Paladins of the Advent. However, the crier states that the people should be cautious about the long journey between Baland and Vrento, as there appears to have been some ambushes that have taken place along the path. The lineups in front of the Baland government house stretch out and around the gate as usual. The bureaucracy of obtaining permits for traveling in and out of the dockyard leave many people annoyed at the waste of time they are currently experiencing. Impatient citizens and merchants showed up the line. Some are sitting leaned up against the brick walls that surround the perimeter of the building, and there are many people fidgeting and tapping their feet while they wait. Inside the building, and down the stairs, is the familiar sight of the jail. A guard is bringing the prisoners their breakfast, a meal of bread and gruel. Caspian is lounging on the small cot that is provided to the prisoners in their cells. His Paragon ears perk up and turn towards the sound of the cart as it approaches. He gets up and waits by the cell door entrance for his food. The guard hands Caspian the dish as Caspian looks the guard up and down quizzically. "You aren't the usual guard. Where's Fred? I do enjoy his and my daily chats." "Shut your trap, prisoner, and eat your bread," the guard says with a little bit of extra emphasis on the word bread, as he continues delivering meals to the remaining prisoners in the jailhouse. Intrigued by the inflection in the guard's voice, Caspian takes his dish back to the cot and tears into the bread. A piece of parchment that was hidden inside is revealed, as Caspian quickly reads it over. Behind the government building, the dark silhouette of a humanoid figure quickly scales over the brick wall protecting it. Landing softly on the well-manicured grass, the figure stands up and is only around 3 feet tall. They rummage through a sack they are carrying with them, and brings out a few vials and a hand drilling tool. Burrowing holes in strategic places along the wall of the government building, the small figure inserts the vials containing a black powder into the holes they've created. Tying a length of rope to the end of the vials, they interlace the rope together and bring the length of it across the grass towards the wall where they had just climbed over. The figure ignites the rope as it slowly burns. The silhouette of this small figure quickly scampers over a wall, running into a nearby alleyway and plugging their ears. A few moments later, a blast can be heard as the brick and mortar of the building scatters. Hearing the explosion, the citizens in line are quick to panic, scream, and flee as the Vrento guards try their best to guide the citizens away from the sound. Emerging from the hole that's been blasted from the building is Caspian. Coughing through the dust, he is quick to act and makes use of his Paragon features to quickly make his escape, leaping over the wall in a single bound. He's ushered to the alleyway by the small figure. I was waiting for someone to visit me in there, you know, Caspian says, looking down towards his jailbreaker. Oh, is that any way to thank an old friend? Just be grateful I didn't take you out in the blast. Now let's get out of here before we're caught. And no more of that Thunder Bandit bullshit, you hear me? All right, Deadeye, I hear you. It's just so good to see you, friend. The two of them quickly run away from the scene of the blast, leaving nothing but dust and ash in the air as the panicked sounds of the citizens echo through the area. Sitting on a balcony in a nearby home, someone is calmly observing what had just transpired as a paper bird soars over to them, landing gently in their hand. The sunlight cuts through the windows of the Quack House as the day begins. What's everyone doing when they first wake up? Corey, how about we start with you?
Yeah. How about we do that? I feel like holy shit. All right. Anyway, Corey, completely unaware of everything that happened there, just wakes up like normal. She's a bit tired, didn't get the best night's sleep because of her patron deciding to pay her a visit in her head. And so she's not too pleased about that, but she just tries to keep it out of her mind. She sets out. I imagine she's one of the first to wake so that she can go back to her usual routine of making breakfast for everybody. So she makes a simple meal of some scrambled eggs and some sizzling bacon on the stove, things like that. Yeah, just a very simple, laid-back kind of meal because she's tired, rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as her utensils float about her.
Of course, getting back into your old habits.
Mhm.
And Midas, how about you go next? What are you doing if you're probably just waking up or you've been up for a little while?
We'll see it. Yeah, Midas has been up for a bit. He hasn't really moved from his bed. He's kind of just laying there, kind of just staring at the wall. Well, I guess he did move from his bed earlier to just, get shit. So it's like now he's just laying in his bed, visiting with, like maybe let's say like a spool of yarn, just twirling it around his finger, his human finger. Just staring in the wall, vibing, thinking, being at whatever piece he can find left, waiting for the noise to start as everybody else wakes up.
And speaking of noise, Eladrin, what do you do?
That would do it.
I think if I remember right, Eladrian didn't go to his room. He kind of was in the kitchen, still working on that poem, and probably fell asleep at the table.
Yeah, you were down there working long into the night.
Yep. All right. Cool. So we'll just say that as soon as Corey walked in and started having her utensils start to float up and stuff, Eladrian woke up and took a look at his paper and just put some final finishing touches on it after sleeping on it, and then put some finishing touches on this little poem here and called it good. I don't know, probably just sat there looking still kind of stunned at what's happened.
Yeah, and you can see, Corey just going right to work as, she usually does. The smells start wafting through the Quack House. And if, the floating pie smell kind of like lifts you off your feet a little bit. And you kind of wonder what she's cooking for the rest of you. Drag, you start to wake up, and what do you do?
Yeah, I think Drag she went to bed early, so she's up, and she does like a few sit-ups and workout things, and then starts to smell the food and hurries up and gets on downstairs to eat Corey's delicious breakfast.
And Koshka, you feel the vibrations in the wooden floors of the quack house as Dragonista just kind of very quickly runs from her room, kind of shaking the ground a little bit as she stomps her feet to head downstairs. And that's what wakes you up. And for the first time in a little while, you are waking up inside.
I think that her wake up will be very kind of like startled and confused because she's used to being outside. So the thumping and the shaking of like being inside a house, was not prepared for. Then when she kind of like regains her composure a little bit, she kind of nudges Pippi to wake up and does her little like cat stretch. She'll kind of look outside and be like, oh, it's like a beautiful morning. And then she smells the scent of Corey's cooking, like wafting down the hallway. So she goes, Pippi, get up. We have to go try some food. And then she unlocks the door and moves the dresser away from the door, assuming she put it there for protection. And then heads outside the room to go to the kitchen to see what everybody else is doing.
And almost like a little kid on Christmas, you're gonna run out and like lean over the edge, and you see all these people that you've gotten to know kind of gathering around the breakfast nook. And Midas, you hear everyone getting up and getting moving. You hear the loud footsteps of Drag kind of lumbering past your door. You hear Pippi and Koshka kind of scuttle across and running down for breakfast. And now that everyone is downstairs, what do you want to do?
Oh, sorry, you're asking me.
Did I say?
Yes.
Did I say Corey?
Did I? I'm sorry, I didn't hear who you were talking to.
Sorry, Midas. Sorry.
Midas, okay.
Sorry,
Wood,
Midas.
Yeah, Corey. Hearing the conundrum that is the Mighty Ducks, Midas is gonna get up, move his curtain / door out of the way, and slowly descend the stairs to see what everybody's up to.
And familiar sight of the people that you've been traveling with for a while, -1. Everyone's down there, just kind of waiting, with anticipation for Corey's meals. I imagine like Drag is currently like got a knife and fork in hand, is like banging on the table and bangs the utensils together and like making a little song out of it.
Yes.
Is Corey down there?
Yes, she's making breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay, so they're watching her cook. Okay. Midas will continue descending down the stairs. He's gonna like quickly give like death stares to Koska before turning back to the rest of the crew. Good morning, everyone.
Midas, good morning. Good morning to the rest of you. Breakfast will be ready soon.
Sounds good. So what's the plan today?
What is the plan for today? For today, we will... Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? I think we are going... What sounds like a good idea? Maybe
Going to Balan.
That's a good idea. All right. It has been decided. Today, we are going to go to Baland.
And
And-
Corey starts serving her eggs and bacon onto different plates to hand out to all of the ducks.
And as you guys dig in, you guys have traveled this road before, and you know it takes a couple of days to get to Balland from Vrento. So you guys know you're in for a couple of days on the road here.
Oh, yeah. It is about the time for us to... Corey, this is delicious. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Bacon is crispy. It's been so long since I've had the crispy bacon.
Oh yes, I figured we'd get the meal that's hearty but quick to make, so that way we can get moving pretty soon. Because, you know, it's best to cover as much ground as we can before it gets dark.
Long journey ahead. Long
Oh.
journey.
Speaking of long, like Midas is gonna like stab into his food. Speaking of long journeys, but not related to long journeys at all. Koska, how do you enjoy Zara's bed? And he'll like eat like all casually.
Corey just glares at him.
Midas doesn't even notice it.
Kochka's eyes get like super wide and she's like mid bite, so she like kind of like chews a couple times while looking at Midas. And then she goes, "It was quite lovely, thank you for asking." And then
Yeah.
just looks at him and then goes back to eating.
Yeah, his coat is nice and warm, isn't it?
I feel like at this moment, Hugin's just gonna fly out, like sensing Corey's like anger and like the tension in the room, and just he's like waiting. He's lying in wait for the perfect opportunity to swoop down on Midas from the top of the stairs. He's just watching.
He's just giving Midas that like Raven little side eye, like he just like twists
Yeah.
his head, just one eye, just staring right at him.
Yep, up to Midas whether
Yep.
he notices it all, but he is waiting to strike.
So Kochka hears Midas's question and she kind of has the same response. She's looking at him pretty wide-eyed, just like mid-chew. And then she kind of whips her head over to Corey and says, "Is this rosemary? Maybe some thyme? Is that what you put in here? It's delicious."
Yes, it is. I'm so glad you noticed, Koshka. You have such an eye for detail, and or should I say tongue for detail? But yes, and I used. How is the bacon? Is it too? I hope it's not too crispy for you.
It is perfect. Thank you very much.
Oh, of course. Did you have a good night's sleep at all?
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
I really enjoyed my sleep. It was very peaceful to sleep inside as opposed to outside.
Absolutely.
I did have a bit of a hard time really like getting into a deep sleep, because of the potential animosity of my location of rest. But soon enough I forgot about it and ended up having a wonderful sleep. So
Good.
thank you so
good.
much for making me feel comfortable enough to do that, Miss Corey. I very much appreciate it. And then she side-eye looks at Midas and continues to eat.
And Corey goes, "Yes, absolutely. You know, I do believe in the concept of karma and good
I do
karma.
too.
When you do good things, it follows you. It pays you back tenfold. But when you don't, and you make questionable decisions, it
Question.
comes back to bite you too."
Yeah, that's a great point, Corey. Koska, I really think you should take it to heart and remember that, especially the last part.
At this moment, Corey looks a little bit past Midas, notices Hugin, and calls does the little come here motion with her finger to to speak.
Like, are you wanting Hugin to give him like a
Wanting
little
to,
little drive-by, a little
Yeah,
wing slap.
Yep, wing slap Midas.
Kind of swoops in from behind you, Midas, and all you hear is just like the slap of like feathers across your right ear as Hugin flies over to and lands on Corey's shoulder.
Damn bird.
Oh, good morning, Hughie. It's so good to see you. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Midas. Oh my goodness, are you
Oh, you know.
okay? Yes, of course. I don't want to see my good friend get hurt.
You know, that's fair. Yeah, I've been thinking about you and your bird a lot recently. And I just thought about how nice you would look with a new jacket made out of raven feathers.
Hugin's head just like perks up and like twists towards Corey.
Don't you think it was to suit her well, Hugin?
Drag says, I don't think she'd like that at all.
I sure wouldn't. Anyway, can we talk about, the journey ahead?
It is a long one. We've made it before. We've got this down to like a science, you say. It is not going to be that bad. But we might as well prepare for it, yes.
Yes,
So-
and as we get closer, we should definitely, if we do take a stop to rest, we need to make sure we're keeping watch just in case of any beasts or other creatures try to lurk around and take our things.
Good call.
I can send Pippi on patrol to ensure that everything is clear in the coast ahead as we are walking. He can walk a little bit further up, kind of, check out the scene. He's pretty stealthy.
All right. We'll have Private Eye Pippi scoping it out.
Yes, and maybe he can alternate views and reports with Hugin. I don't know if Hugin does that type of thing. If he feels like flying.
Oh, it's his specialty.
Oh,
He does a lot of
perfect!
reconnaissance from the air, so that's perfect.
Did you hear that, Pippi? He likes the same job you have.
Hippie's just like nose deep in like a bowl of scraps, basically, right now.
Love and life.
And Corey gives Hugin some chin scritches. And she goes, Hugin, you've been so quiet ever since I summoned you.
Is that a bad thing?
We have some new friends, but you don't have to be shy.
Higgin just like puts a wing like over its face.
Oh, you are shy. It's okay. And she just gives him a little kiss.
And yeah, Hugin will kind of just like flop and fly up to like the top level, just hanging out there, just watching and really giving Midas the stink eye. And you see like Hugin will be primming his feathers, and one will fall off, and Hugin like plucks it and like strategically drops it so it like starts floating down and falls like right in front of Midas.
Does it fall like into his plate or like?
It's like the
Okay.
the little spine end just like sticks right in an egg.
Midas puts his plate away.
What did I say
Well.
about karma?
That it looks like a bitch-ass raven.
Oh. So you've met her.
Koska reaches over for Midas's plate He goes, "Oh, are you not going to eat that?" And then like throws the feather out, and then just starts eating his food that he didn't want to eat.
Oh my god. Oh. Did not hear a word you said.
Tosca, you're just all about decorum.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I meant to use some decorum? My apologies. And then she continues to eat.
Arcoof, that's also an option.
Decorate. What did you want to decorate?
Or what?
You wanted to use some decoration? What did you say?
No.
Did you say
Zara would have
cooch?
known what I was talking about, because he was educated.
You do realize I am not Czar, correct?
Oh, I know.
Did I make it very clear? I did sleep in his room, but I am not Czar.
He's trying to do his job.
It's right.
It's not her fault that Czar left, you know.
It's not,
Also,
not at all.
I didn't mean to do his job. I thought
I'm
he
not
was a
saying
great
it's your fault.
wizard.
I'm not saying it's her fault. I just think it's weird that he's already been gone not even 24 hours. He's already in his room, and he's already trying to be the scout. Both things was paired up with Zar.
Well, we couldn't put her in your
Well,
room. You
then-
took the door off.
Y'all took the door off.
In all fairness, if you would like me to not be the scout, I figured just because Pippi was good at it, then he could tag team with Hugin, so Hugin didn't get tired on his first run back. But I mean, we don't mind. We can hang at the back if you want.
Y'all can do whatever you want.
Well, I'm
You could
asking with
even-
you.
Mhm. You could even take first watch if you want, Midas. I really. Can we not do this right now?
Do what? I don't see an issue.
Okay. Well, then I will do whatever Kore wants me to do because I don't know how to help without getting in trouble. So, you know.
Right.
Corey just like pinches the bridge of her nose. Is very tired. She's like, we need to think about what is best as a group, and strategically, it makes sense for my familiar and Pippi to pair up together.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Would you
Midas.
rather Hugin pair up with you, Midas?
No, I think the first option is fine.
That's what I thought. So that settles that.
Settle. Good, good. Right. Well, now that that's settled, sort of. Next.
Ready to go?
Yes, I am quite ready.
Me as well. Very much. We are ready to go.
Ready to go. All right. Well, it is time for us to then pack it up, pack it in, and
Let
let us
begin.
begin
Let's
a
begin.
journey.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
So you guys kind of gather your belongings, get ready for the day inside the quack house. After you're all strapped up, ready to go, you guys step outside, and Corey, you say the password, and the quack house shrinks back down into its very convenient and portable size. And the ducks head out towards Balland, following along the path that you guys have traveled once before, except for you, Koshka. You haven't traveled this way with the party before. But not too long after you guys set out, you begin to enter into the Dunmis Woods. And I would like everyone to roll perception checks for me, please.
see.
Two.
And how
Scheiße.
are we entering into this place?
Um,
Marching order style. Who's in front? Are familiars out? Is Pippi on the prowl? What's going on?
Koshko rolled a 24. Should I roll a perception for
Yeah,
little
you get-
guy?
You need a Pippi perception.
Oh yeah, let me roll a Hugin perception too. He gets like a +2.
Okay, one sec. He has a thing, but I don't remember what it is. Hold on.
Lol. Yeah, we ain't perceiving shit. But Hugin's just perched on Corey's shoulder.
Okay. What about the Pipster?
Pippi has 11, so he's probably just chilling, distracted by Hugin, not percepting a lot.
Is he out front or anything like that, or is he?
I would honestly say he's probably following Corey and looking up at Hugin sitting on Corey's shoulder.
Ooh, a bird.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Yeah, I think Corey would probably be like in the front, kind of like just not anywhere near Midas, just like with Koshka, like just just talking with her, just making like light conversation so she's not being too perceptive of what's around her.
I was gonna say
Um,
Midas is probably in the back, away from the rest of the party.
Everyone's in the back trying to get away from each other.
Legend's probably, in the front then, just playing his lute, dancing along with the traveling song.
So to answer your question, we're not being stealthy going into the Dunmis Woods, because I feel like that's what that question was about.
Yeah.
We are wandering in.
Not necessarily. Just
Okay,
wondering.
good.
I mean, it can be a quiet tune.
No, don't.
Stealthily playing the lute.
Dun,
Everyone to hear.
dun, dun, dun.
The old stealth loot. All right. So as you guys are entering into the Dunmis Woods, you all notice that large parts of the ground have been overturned, like almost like dug up a little bit. There's some of the trees to the right and left of the path have been completely uprooted and even splintered along both sides of the path. And Coach, with your high perception roll there, and same with you, Midas, as you're kind of trailing in the back and Coach is in the front, each of you notice some bone fragments and tufts of fur and even flesh that have been scattered along the ground. And there's also little bits that have been embedded into the sharp splinters of the knocked over trees, almost like something was slammed against them. And Midas and Koshka, with your high rolls, you can even see just a little bit, like on each side of the path, some almost like sinkholes on either side of the path. What do you want to do?
So you said this like fur, right?
Yeah, like kind of almost like little tufts of fur with some like little bits of skin attached to them.
Word.
Some
Yeah.
like
I was gonna say,
muscle.
do you think Midas would be able to like recognize the fur type?
I mean, you could definitely roll a nature check on this one.
Word.
Good luck.
I needed it.
You can't really get the the exact
Real
where-
fur, faux fur, you can't tell.
no. It is like a type of animal, but you can't tell. It's like a
Gee.
short hair fur. It's not like long not long hair. It's kind of short hair. But you kind of reach for it and it's attached to like a chunk of meat. Very small, very smaller than the palm of your hand, but you can see like multiple little chunks, whether it's like a little bit of muscly sinew. You can see little bits of almost like intestine kind of from like small animals.
This is terrifying.
and-
sorry, just one thing. Since Coach is in the front, she's gonna kind of like, you know, that army sign where you like put your hand up in a fist and everyone behind you like stops. She's gonna anticipate that they're gonna stop and know what that means. And also like put her other arm out so no one can pass her.
Do not stop.
Yeah, Corey is like runs into her. It's like, Costa? What is the matter?
And Dragleg falls over everybody.
Oh my god. Midas stops in time because he's not like a dumbass.
She's like, there's carnage and there's something here. There's something here. We need to be careful.
There's carnage?
There's blood and fur bits everywhere. Something potentially a lot like me did not do very well out here.
Blood and fur.
Koshka, with your role and being up front, you can see in a bush nearby, you can see some legs sticking out, and you can tell that it's the legs of a deer sticking out.
Okay. She like points it out. She's like, it might be from what I assume is a deer. I don't want to touch that. But she'll kind of run up to it to kind of see if she can see like what's left of the deer. Like, could it be like saved, or is it like dead? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you go over and push the shrubs aside, and you see just the bottom half of the torso of the deer. With roll a nature check for me.
Will do. Yeah.
Bam.
Nice.
So
sevens.
So half this deer's gone, and there's some relatively semi-dried blood around. But looking closer at the wounds, you can tell something straight up bit this thing in half.
Oh.
She kind of like mumbles to herself, but loud enough for the people to hear it. She's like, well, that's not good. And then she turns around and she's like, I think whatever this is big. It looks like it bit that deer in half. So everybody just kind of be at the ready. There's definitely something here that probably does not want us here.
And as you...
It's Midas.
It is Midas. And as you...
Not just me, though.
And as you say that, Koshka, giving the warning to everyone, you guys hear some rustling, and by rustling, I mean extremely, very loud, branches snapping, trees being sundered, and the ground vibrating a little bit as from the opposite side of where you guys are looking at this deer, bursting through the ground is the pointed head of a large creature with deadly ivory teeth. Its complexion is a dull blue and brown as its yellowish eyes with dark green pupils stare back at you all with a very hungry stare. Its torso is covered in thick scales as the armor extends all the way to the tips of its tail. It stands on 4 legs that ends with sharp claws, and the creature scrapes the ground as an intimidation tactic. As you can see, these claws easily part the compacted dirt like a knife through butter. And with that, we're all going to roll initiative. With Corey and Eladrian, with the new rules, you two are surprised by this, so you roll with disadvantage for your initiative. That's how the surprise works now. It's not like you lose a whole round. You just roll with disadvantage for your initiative.
Okay, that's cool.
Rolled an 11 both times.
So even with disadvantage, it's not a bad roll.
Does Pippi have the same initiative as me? It's been a while since we've been in battle here.
Yeah, Pippi will share your initiative.
Okay, then we got 20.
All right. Let me just add Pippi. 20. Corey, you got 16.
Yep.
All right. Eladrian, what'd you get?
11.
11. Drag, and then Midas, have you gone?
Yes, 12.
70.
Drag out a 6.
Yeah, 6. All right.
Nice.
We'll add Hughie in there. Paired up with Corey. All right. Let me. Let's go roll for this guy. All right. Okay, so let's get you all over here.
Holy smokes.
Oh.
The only thing that pops up is whatever that thing is. to me.
Escape flashbacks.
All right, and Koshka, with you being kind of on your toes and sensing something on its way, you're up. What do you want to do?
Does this thing count as an animal?
You can take your. No, it's not. I'm not gonna make you waste a turn.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. She's gonna. Oh, I just echoed back. She's gonna pull out her bow and like put an arrow in it in like one move, and kind of draw it. And aim right for the eye because it's obviously like trying to eat them, and it's big, and it just killed a deer. So she's not hesitating at this point. So she is going to try to hit it right in the eyeball. The old 22.
All right, yeah, 22 will hit.
Sick. Do you guys ever forget like what your character can do when it's been a while since you've played?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm kidding. Okay,
okay, just do that. Okay.
Literally all of us at one point, I'm sure.
Okay. And then I get 2 actions, don't I? I always forget
You
this
get
bit,
2.
so-
Yeah, you get 2 attacks there.
Okay, so she's just gonna do the same thing, super quick succession. She's just gonna reload her bow and aim right for the eye. Same eye she hit before with 5 damage. Oh, and she's gonna probably miss that.
Yeah, so the first one is able to get just like a soft spot near its eye, and as it's kind of shaking its head from the damage, you loose another arrow, and it just collides into this creature's just massive, massive scale like plating, and just clinks right off of it.
Okay, and then wait. So if I take 2 turns, Pippi doesn't get a turn, right?
I gotta look up how your character works.
Right? I don't even remember.
Your character.
I know, you would assume that I would know, but I don't, so...
But I don't. That's okay. I don't know how my character works either half the time.
Complicates it with, like, an extra little guy.
I just punch things.
Bonus action... Oh, bonus action is either 2 weapon fighting or primal companion take action. So...
Yeah, you can
I'm just
use
gonna
your
have...
bonus action to tell him to do something.
No, because I already used it for 2.
Well, you have
weapon
your no, that's so your attack, you have your attacks, right? So your bow
Yeah.
attack, you get 2 attacks per action. 2 weapon fighting is like 2 weapons in your hand, basically, like 1 weapon and another weapon in your hand.
Oh,
So-
then I'm gonna use my bonus action to get him to attack him. Where's Pippi in regards to this thing?
Right next to
Would
you.
you say he's within 20 feet there? Probably, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah. He's about 10 feet away.
Okay, so he has to kind of like back up and get a running start. So he runs at least 20 feet. So he's gonna make like a quick little
I guess we can go like
jaunt
10 feet back and charging up.
Yeah, like he's revving up, and he's gonna charge at him. And then hits it with a maul attack on the same turn. So I'm gonna roll this one. So an 8 doesn't hit.
No, so Pippi backs up and charges in and goes for the sweet headbutt, and he just like clanks and just.
But it also so if the target is a creature, which it is, it also must succeed on a strength saving throw.
That's if it hits. Your charge attack.
Yeah.
If it 23 and hits with a maul attack on the same turn, it did not hit.
Okay, got it. Noted. Okay, great. Then we're done. But I'm gonna call Pippi back over to me. That's what little.
You can't because he used all of his. Actually, no, he's got 10 feet of movement. You're okay. You can. Well, if he goes
40 feet of movement.
Yeah, so he moved 10 to go back, 20 to charge, and you want to call him back?
Yeah, just
Okay.
the 10 feet back to me. Yeah.
As he goes back, this thing's gonna take a reaction opportunity attack against him.
Damn it.
No.
All right, so. Only does a 10 hit Pippi? No, he's
No.
at 16. So this thing,
Yes.
you see this thing's massive jaw like try to bite a huge chunk out of Pippi's butt as he's trying to run away, but Pippi's able to scamper away just in time.
Good. Okay, and that's us.
All right, do you want to move at all, or are you good there?
Well, I'm good there. Front lines, ready to do it.
All right, Corey, you're up.
Awesome. So, can I blast this thing?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. I get what, 3?
For what are you using?
2.
Scorching Ray?
No, Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah.
Two beams.
2.
Two beams.
Okay, 2.
Yeah, I know my warlocks. Damn.
Ooh.
God!
Oh my word!
Oh, shit.
Well.
A double hit. So like, yeah, roll the first damage there.
All right.
19 and 20. Hot damn.
Is this your first combat post return?
Oh wait, that added that was the
All right,
for the
hold on.
second. It
So we'll
automatically
do
added the.
so 20 damage for the second beam. So we'll do the first one.
Mhm. Okay.
Corey swoops in with the kill automatically.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, describe how you attack.
All right. Corey's gonna kind of move. Well, angle herself in a way that she's not like it's not flying past Koshka. She's be like, and she's going to, flip open to the page of her tome that is not cooking ingredients and recipes, but eldritch spells. and she goes,
Egg
One
recipe,
page over.
quiches,
yeah,
casseroles, Eldritch Blast.
yeah,
Hunger of
literally.
Madar.
She's like, calamari, hunger, oh no, not that one. Blast, and then she just blasts 2 beams straight for this beast, just going straight for its like head.
Yeah, and this thing takes the full brunt of those Eldritch Blasts as you see it like flinch from the attack, just kind of, having to steady itself on its hind legs. But it kind of just, its eyes just kind of stare up back at you, Corey.
Ooh, all right. And then for Hugin, on his turn, Corey will tell him to fly up, away, and so that he's out of the, like, just kind of hovering up in the air. Let's see, 30 feet. Yeah, so he's gonna fly up 30 feet in the
All right.
air.
Good stuff. Alrighty. Midas, you're up.
Yippee. Yeah, that's a big boy. So Midas isn't gonna get too close. He is going to move. He's gonna move this way, kind of like distract a little bit, and then he's going to cast Shatter on
Ooh.
on it.
Alright. What's saving throws at?
The con save.
On save, okay.
Bring the heat.
Yeah, this thing got 25.
Damn.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it takes half the damage.
So 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you cast Shatter, and you see this thing's large, like almost like plate-like scales kind of vibrate a little bit, but they don't crack, as it does take a little bit of damage from that attack.
You might just move back. Might just get your ass back over there. Sorry. Well, that's awkward. Okay, and that would be all.
Awesome. Eladrian, you're up.
Midas, stop moving. Stay.
It's just how big is this thing? How much does it
Big.
weigh?
How much
Heavy.
is it? Oh god, how much does it weigh?
Heavy.
Oh, I already
seems-
know.
This thing is. Oh god.
Greedy.
Yeah. Ooh, let me see.
Thousands, like a,
Too
like a
much.
ton.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. So never mind then.
Let me see.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
picking it up, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Let's see if I
I
can.
bet he was like, oh, he gonna float this thing.
If I fucking put it in the sky.
It's a big boy.
Hold on. It's gotta be like how much, like whatever a rhino weighs, but more, but like double.
Oh,
it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I can't do that then. Not even if I don't think upcasting it makes it levitate more things.
No, I think it's like multiple,
Like,
multiple
it's
things,
stronger.
but not
Yeah,
more
multiple,
things.
multiple, but not more mass. All right, cool. So in that case, I'm going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to. I'm just going to bane it.
Bane. All right.
Yeah, it's the only one
A
in
good
place.
Oh yeah.
So he needs to make a
He's
charisma
Bane.
15. Yes.
Turns out this giantly monstrous-looking thing is not too charismatic.
Oh, excellent. There. So it's got a minus a D4 on all of its attack saving throws. Yes.
Anything else you want to do?
And I'm going. I feel like I should run away from here. Scary.
Off.
I just kind of want to run towards the tree line behind me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna move like back this way. Hide in the shade under the tree.
Hold on. All right. It's not registering you guys moving. Let me reload.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me.
All right, there you go. Now we're talking. All right. So this creature, as it is their turn, you see this large creature kind of take like a step or two back, and then with its giant, massive quads that it has on its hind legs, it
Must be me so bad.
it leaps up into the air towards Kore and Koshka, and is going to essentially like land on top of you two. And I need you both to make either, you take your pick, dexterity or strength saving throw.
Dex.
I guess it's still time for breakfast. Get it?
Oh, fuck.
Pancakes.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
She's very dexterous. I appreciate that.
Corey?
Oh, yep. Sorry, give me one sec.
All
It is.
right. All right. So this thing comes crashing down, and Koshka, you take 14 points of bludgeoning and slashing damage as this thing kind of lands on you. Its claws just kind of clip you, and its large body thuds into you. But it does push you about like 5 feet away from it. But Corey, you get knocked prone under this large creature, and you take 28 points of damage as it just
Thank
lands
you.
on top of you.
Jesus.
Well, I have 5 HP now.
God damn.
And you are basically like right underneath this thing right now.
Cool.
But that is its turn. Drag, you're up.
Well, Drag's angry now, so she's gonna rage. And then she's gonna be like, "How dare you squish my friend!" And she's going to hit it with her double-ended trident.
Yeah, so you kind of move in a little bit closer.
Yet. Oh. And did a 12 hit?
That does not hit.
No. And let's see, she can swing it one more time, right?
Yep.
So she tries again. And does a 22 hit?
22 does hit.
And so she's like, "How dare you?"
Ooh,
And-
max damage.
Max damage.
All right. Oh.
And got a whole bunch of glitter all over it too.
Yes, it certainly does. As your glitter angels come out, and they come out swinging. So 14 points of damage. All right. Beautiful.
Does that go to 16 now, or?
Huh? What? Oh, 16 points of damage.
For the rage?
So 16 points of damage. All right. And with your attack, Drag, with you take your first swing, but it cracks over the heavy plate, but you find a weak spot, kind of just like right where its jaw unhinges, and stab right into it. Finding purchase in there as blood just kind of squirts out the side of its jaw. This thing is looking bloodied right now, with all the damage y'all put into it. Anything else, Drag?
Nope, that's it. She's just still telling it, "How dare you?"
All right, and top of the round, combat tactics, starting now.
When do you cast Favored Foe? Does anyone know? He does it.
Did they update it? I thought that was like a natural.
Why we update our character sheet.
Okay, relax.
Corey should get out of there.
Yeah, help
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'll,
Corey
Midas
is-
will come.
Yeah, Corey's
I'm
prone as
prone.
well.
I can at least heal her.
Okay, if you want to heal her, I'll just go in on the offensive and hope maybe try to get. I won't be able to lift it, but at least punch it so it gets angry and gets off of her.
I have Good Berry. I don't know if that's gonna help. But it's like it creates up to 10 berries. But I think I roll for how many? Yeah,
I'll
10
just
berries.
Eat it right now.
I think it takes an action to eat one, but I don't know
Oh.
if that spell's been changed. in
It
the
hasn't.
rules. Oh, it hasn't? Okay. Goodberry is honestly better out of combat than.
I
Okay.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. That's the only thing I have to help you, so I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah, so-
okay.
Right, 10 seconds.
Okay, so
Just help me.
Okay,
I
Brandon,
don't want to die.
Eladrin
Corey
support.
out. Kill
I go
thing.
offensive. I'm
I'll
assuming
hurt it and
Drago-
healer at the same time.
Awesome.
All right.
All
Plan.
right. Koshka, you're up.
okay, so favored foe is it looks like it's an action
Hold on, let me-
because it means that I get
It's an
Um,
action
hold on.
it-
Let me see. When you hit a
it's
creature
under
with
my
attack roll, you can
actions
call a
in
mythical bond, target it. Okay. So when you hit a creature with attack roll, you call upon a mythical bond and mark it. So now it's your favorite foe. So you've hit it. It's now marked as your favorite foe. The first time on each of your turns that you hit it, you deal extra damage.
Nice.
okay, so it says I have 3 uses of that. So do I just click that?
Yeah, click one off.
Okay, so then I get an extra 1d6 the
Yes.
first time I hit it this time. Okay, sick. Okay, so she's
Hell
going
yeah.
back in for that ding dang dong eyeball.
Yeah.
So she's gonna hit that. And then I'm gonna roll again, but this is -2, so nothing. It's
Oh.
nothing.
Oh, it's
'Cause I just-
2 damage, right? It's a d6.
No, it's not. Because it's a d6. I rolled a 2, but it said +2.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're
so roll
right.
a d6 is 2.
I'm fine. I'll be fine. It's fine. Yeah. So that's a total of 7 for that first one. And then just checking where she's at on this. Then she's gonna aim for right behind its head. Is that obscured vision? Because she can't see the top of it because she's little.
It's a hard shot, but you stand on Pippi's back and you can do it.
Okay, perfect.
That's
I really don't think she can do it. Actually, maybe up to you.
Do it.
What are the glitter angels?
14 does not hit though.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was saying. Okay.
Glitter angels are disadvantage if it attacks anyone but Drag. So you do the Dryad bow, so 7 plus the 2 damage, so 9 total.
Okay. And then it's Pippi's turn, and he is gonna maul. So sorry. Let me get to this part here. So there's gonna be a +6 to this. 17 plus 6. That's gonna be 23.
That'll hit.
And then he has 1d8 plus 5. So
Hit him like a truck, Pippi.
okay, so he has 6.
All right.
Yeah. Just like a Ford
Cool.
Ranger.
And that's us.
Awesome. So yeah, you shoot your bow, able to strike it right in the old eyeball, and Pippi is like clawing at some of these weak spots, and you both are able to do some damage to this thing. Next up, it is you, Corey. You are currently prone underneath this thing.
All right, I'd love to get out. What do I roll to get out?
So it's not like pinning you down or grappling you or anything like that, but do be aware, as soon as you skedaddle out of the range, you might get a bit.
Can I disengage?
You sure could, yeah.
Yeah, then I will disengage.
So it's half your movement to get up from prone.
Yep.
And then disengage action will allow you to skedaddle.
All right, so I can move up. Let's see how far. I can move it.
Looking nowhere because
So you got about
Here.
15 feet. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Anything for your bonus action?
Let's see what my bonus I could jump another 15 feet back with my rabbit hop.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Alright. Oh, wait, no. My speed is... Oh, my movement... Hold on. If I
Ye-
move my 15 feet, it says I can use this trait if my speed is greater than 0, but I don't...
Okay, yeah, so you kind of used it up moving.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Yeah. So no. I'm good.
All right. Hugin's still just flying around?
Yep.
All right. Midas, you're up. You see Kore get up and scurry away as the duo, Koshka and Pippi, are kind of distracting it.
Midas, yo, for fuck's sake, Corey! And he'll also like run in to distract it and just start punching it.
Yeah, go for it.
Bam,
I'll hit.
bam.
Ooh.
One more time.
Ooh.
Nope.
Damn. Okay, it's okay. I have another hand.
Ooh, just hits.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh, nice.
Hot dog.
All right.
Give him the 1-2.
Yeah.
Big damage. This thing, so how do you beat the shit out of this thing?
Well, watching Kure get mollywopped, slammed, pancake, disintegrated, Midas will go, fuck this, not again, and he'll run in to start booting the shit out of it, just punching, letting out all his anger, his rage. It's just fuck. He didn't even see Kure like pop away when he like went over there.
You can't leave. No one else leave. as he punches
Dumbass,
thing.
why would you stand right there?
And like he just like with your like one big right hand punch, you just like break this thing's jaw, like you like unhinge its bottom jaw as this thing just collapses to the ground with like a boom.
he doesn't stop. He's like, fuck, get up! Corey, goddamn!
Midas, I'm not even there!
Huh? Oh, ooh.
She waves.
He looks back, he's like, ooh!
Drag starts clapping.
He like casually wipes his glove off, his gauntlet off. My fault.
Yeah, and this thing goes limp and dies.
Hot dog.
Well,
Can someone heal me? Please.
I'm gonna run over to Corey and give her a second level healing word.
Yeah, she's very bloodied.
And as you go to do that, the body of this large creature is splayed out on the path here. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Mike is also gonna go up to Corey. He's gonna grab one of his like cure wound towelettes and like start like wiping her. It's like, God fucking damn! What? Why would you stand there? I know you saw that big ass thing.
How was I supposed to know it was going to leap into the fucking air and charge at me?
Bro, you saw it jump. You would have fucking moved.
I didn't think you would jump that high and that far.
Well, now you know. He's also gonna cast Cure Wounds. First level. I gotta roll an extra D8.
Yeah.
Because they hate me.
Alright, so
Okay, how much am I healed?
18 total from Eladrian and Midas combined.
Ooh yeah.
My God. Well.
Thank you. I feel so much better.
Yeah, I bet.
You're welcome.
I want to inspect this thing. Yeah, Corey was gonna take a look at the slain beast, and just kind of Like how big is it exactly?
It's like a large
A rhino
creature.
times
So
two.
yeah, it's a double rhino basically.
Got it. So it's got like really tough hide and stuff.
Yeah, but there are some spots that have been tenderized, let's just say, from from someone in the party. Same with like Drag, same with like Pippi, and even your like Eldritch Blast like cracked some of these like largest plate scales that are on this thing, kind of like sundering the scales, some of the scales on top of it.
All right. Well, she'll kind of like look at this thing and look at the party and say, "Well, my supplies and ingredients will run out eventually, surely while we're traveling. And, is to say, you know, I could make a nice tenderloin out of this."
Yep, I'll eat it.
Would you mind helping me with this, Drag?
Absolutely. And Drag wants a tooth as well.
Okay.
Just one.
The
Just
skills
one.
would be pretty nice too. I might be able to make somebody armor. He like looks at Corey when he said that.
Well, I wouldn't say no. She just like kind of flips her braid.
All right. So, so Corey, what are you trying to grab off of this thing?
The meat.
Them
Meat.
that
Meat.
fleshy
The ham hocks.
fleshy goodness.
Yeah.
All right, and then Drag, you want some teeth?
Yeah, I want like one of the big teeth, like a canine or something. And she just wants to like put her foot on the jaw and like yank it out.
Gotcha. And then Midas, you want.
Koshka turns around in horror.
They like delicious in dungeons.
Yeah. So Midas, what are you trying to grab?
He went to like kind of like rip some of the scales, like pop some of the scales off.
All right. Okay. All right. So we got.
But not like Drag. He wanted to do it like ladylike.
Ladylike.
Alrighty. Beautiful. Okay, so this is utilizing our new little crafting and harvesting thing. So with the help of Drag, so Drag's gonna be helping both of you guys out for this. She's gonna be your official meat carver and part carver. So for the two of you, so Corey, I need you to make a so it's going to be a d20 roll with your with your intelligence and if you have any survival. And Midas, the same is going to go for you. It's an intelligence check and then add survival if you have proficiency in it. And if you don't have proficiency in it, then it is just a straight intelligence check.
So I have a +3 in survival, so I do like a d20 +3.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, are you proficient in it? Sorry?
Yes. So, or +2. Oh, wait, hold on.
Like, you got the little black dot next to your thing? The survival?
Oh, no, sorry. That's just my wisdom.
Okay.
Never mind. So yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
just
just a straight d20 plus your intelligence.
I ain't got shit for intelligence.
Oh, what?
Damn.
Don't matter?
It don't matter.
All right.
Don't make a note.
So that's good. And Drag, you're going to roll a d20. Do you have survival proficiency, Dragonista?
No, I do not.
All right, but you're just going to roll a d20 plus dexterity.
You got this. I believe in you.
What's your dexterity?
+1.
Damn.
Okay, so 5. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So, you guys are able to get what you need. So, Midas, you actually had the hardest one to get for this thing's like scales, essentially. So, you look over the corpse of this creature, and you kind of see some of its exoskeleton, the scales, its chitin that is still salvageable, and you just kind of point to it and tell Drag to start cutting it off. And so, Drag, you grab like a knife that you might have or a sword of any kind, and you start carving it out according to Midas's direction.
Absolutely.
She's just using her trident.
Yep.
So yeah, you kind of like use your trident to almost like pry off some of these large scales as they just rip off from the body of this creature.
Absolutely.
And so, Midas, you got some chitin, some boule chitin.
Sounds like a dish in New Orleans.
Hurrah.
All right, and then after that is that bit of the scale is pried off. It reveals a lot of tender flesh underneath, and Corey, you're kind of inspecting the tissue there. Putting your years of cooking to the test. You've butchered a fair number of animals, of course, nothing quite like this. But you're able to identify some salvageable parts of meat, a couple of loin chops that you can get out of it, like a good couple of hunks of meat that will be good for cooking with. And then Drag, you're able to just kind of, because Midas basically unhinged and broke this thing's bottom jaw with his punches earlier, you're very easily able to just kind of grab, whichever tooth that you want and just a little bit of force behind it, but you're able to just pop that bad boy out.
Yep. I'm a dentist now.
God help us all.
LOL.
All right, so so add some boule meat and boule teeth for flesh for Corey and the teeth for Drag.
So how did those new rules work? How did that happen?
So there is so there's a couple of tables that are in this PDF that I have that kind of break down the monster types, and they have like associated, essentially like difficulty scores for like what you're looking for. So as an example, Midas looking for the exoskeleton of this particular monstrosity, the DC was 20. Whereas Drag and Corey, who are looking for flesh and teeth, like the flesh is like a 5 DC and the teeth are a 10. So if you're trying to grab multiple things on a particular skill check, you add those two together. So it's like a total of 15. So then you do a roll that is based on what the type of creature is. So in this case, it's a monstrosity type creature. So if you're trying to harvest it or assess it, you need to have the survival skill, like be proficient in the survival skill to get like an additional bonus on it. But other than that, you need someone to be there to help like assess and kind of figure out what it is, and then someone that's going to help you carve it up. You can do both of those things together on your own, but it does the challenge is at disadvantage if you try to do both together. So essentially with this carving check and the assessment check, the numbers are added together. So for Corey and Drag, Corey got 18 on her check, and then Drag got the 5. And then once again, Midas got the 20 on his check and add 5 to it. So they both beat their respective DCs that they were looking for. like Corey and Drag were trying to beat 15, Midas was trying to beat 20. They both did it, so they're successfully able to get the parts that they're looking for.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's cool as heck.
Yeah. The next time I do it, I might just kind of... Oh, no, I'll leave it as it was. I think that worked out pretty good. But yeah, so that's... and that's it. So now, you can use the meat for, whatever you want, meat-wise. And then, Midas will figure out what he's going to do with that other stuff.
Yippee.
But yeah, so you guys, you have that thing, and the body of this large creature has been, picked clean. You can see Hugin's sitting on top of it. He's just like picking at some of the meat, just like ripping off little bits of it as he goes. But yeah, so this creature's just lying dead in the middle of the path, stripped of some of its parts. Anything else you guys want to do?
No, that's about it.
Fair enough.
Little victory too.
Maddie, you mentioned you had good berries.
Let's get that good.
So I'd love some
Yeah,
good berries.
okay.
Good bed.
Oh, should I ask some good berries?
Yes.
So I think you always create 10 good berries, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you can distribute them as you see fit.
Yeah, because I have I'm still missing like a third of my health.
Oh Jesus. She'll give you 5,
Ooh, okay.
and then she'll be like, just let me know if you need more right away. How much is a third? How many do you need? Do you need 10?
I don't remember how many it heals for.
It heals for 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's 1 to 1. Yeah. Are you
But
10
if you-
points down?
You also don't know
yeah,
how many hit points you have.
I literally
Metagaming over here.
Oh, Cora's just like I would love some.
I'm about 10 good berries shy of feeling great.
Okay, she'll just give you all 10. It's not like she needs them, so she'll give them to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm just glad I could help Miss Corey. It's not usually I'm in a position to do so, so I'm glad this worked out.
And yeah, Corey happily eats the good berries. She goes, "Oh, these are delicious." Wow.
I wonder if you'd be able to make like treats with good berries.
Mm.
Like I could produce the good berries and then you could like bake them into like a muffin,
Or good berry jam.
Ooh, yeah.
Good berry jam would be so nice. Oh, that would be
The only
great
thing
in the
is
morning.
it does lose its potency within 24 hours, so
So really you need to make the most of it before they go bad. Got it.
yes.
Oh, I feel so much better too from eating them. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Like Corey's like, "Oh wow," like just kind of moving, flexing around, like I feel to my old self.
Sensu beans.
Just out of curiosity, does anyone know what that thing was?
No.
What? Big and scary.
Dead now.
A new jacket.
I've never seen anything like it, but the meat sure is tenderized thanks to Midas, so I think it seems the properties seem like a kind of like steak, but tougher.
Well, I'm asking because I wasn't sure if they are native around these parts. Like, if you guys have traveled this way before, you have never seen one before?
Yeah, this should be the first.
Hmm.
Yes, I don't believe these are native, but I don't know. We've only traveled here a couple of times, so It's our best guess that it may not be native, but I'm not from around here, so I don't really know.
Maybe we could find out in the next town that's nearby on our way to see if anyone knows what that was, because I would like to know why it is randomly attacking people in this wood.
That is kind of rude.
It is, Drac. I agree. But this isn't the first time a beast has ambushed us. It's been happening more and more lately.
Well, see, that is why I want to ask. Why are all these big lizard type things ambushing people in the woods? Like, where are all of these gigantic beasts coming from all of a sudden? You know?
Yeah.
And if nobody has ever seen it before,
Definitely strange.
is someone creating these beasts to then attack people in the forest? Like, what is happening here?
When it when it popped out of the ground, did it make a tunnel? Like, is there like, where did it?
There is a hole behind it, like from where it erupted out of the ground.
Can I like follow the tunnel?
Yeah, if you want to hop in there, yeah.
Usually, I do not agree with Aladrian's, risk assessment, but I think that it would be prudent for us to also go into the tunnel. So
Did
come
you
along,
get-
Pippi.
I'm gonna go look in the tunnel, the hole that the thing left, to see if I can see where it came from.
What
Maybe
if there's
there's-
more in that hole?
Then I will come back through the tunnel, or you will hear me scream like a small child, really loud. Like, so just listen. You'll hear me scream, and then you'll come into the tunnel, and we'll be good. We will, or I will come back, and there will
We
be
will-
no.
We will be very safe, and we will make sure Aladrian is
Very
protected,
safe. So
and
very
we'll
safe.
be very quiet and stealthy, won't we?
Safest, stealthiest, so quiet.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Gonna
look,
go into tunnel.
So looking down into the tunnel where this thing came from, this creature was big. It was a big boy. So the hole it's made is about like 15 to 20 feet down.
Is it straight down?
Like kind of like curves down, but it's like still, yeah, its whole body had to be down there. So it's a big ass hole, and it's going down all the way. So it's it's quite the jump to get down there.
Okay.
Got it.
Do we have a rope?
I have Featherfall. You ready?
Oh, I forgot. Okay, let's go.
Whee! Yahoo! We're gonna jump on in, and I'm gonna use Featherfall.
Yeah.
I guess all three of us, because Pippi's coming too.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys jump down and Featherfall. You kind of just slowly, gracefully land on the slope going down. And all you can see ahead of you is like pitch black darkness.
Is it like darkness, or is like I have dark vision? I can see that it's just a tunnel.
Yeah, like it's a tunnel that this thing burrowed, and it just kind of goes out past like where your dark vision can see.
This is a long tunnel. It is very long. Cannot see. So,
Do you think it is worth it to travel down a little bit further, or do you think we should just leave it at that and leave?
well, do we want to know? Do we want to know more? Do we want to check and see?
I always want to know more.
We can go just a little bit. Until
Okay,
Let's go a little bit.
let's be very quiet and stealthy.
How about okay. All right.
No?
Ready?
Do you not
Yeah, no,
agree?
No, that's good. Yeah, no, I'm just a little nervous. That's all. There was a very big thing that came out of this hole, so it's okay. It's
And,
all right.
and you
Nothing
guys
I can
have a lot of space. Like you are standing upright with another like 2-3 feet like above your head, basically.
I'm still crouched, like it's a little tiny thing. like oh gosh.
So you guys are gonna keep going down?
Yeah, we're gonna keep going down the tunnel just a little bit longer.
All right. So you guys walk down about another like 30 feet or so.
Okay.
You know how the dark vision works is, you know, you had the vision, basically you had like 60 feet of vision from where you entered because there was a light source kind of helping you see. But now as you kind of
Okay.
get further in, you're like 30 feet and you can still see a little bit in front of you, like 30 feet in front of you. But past that, it is like complete darkness because there's no light source to help with your dark vision. Because it's
Okay.
not like you got like complete, you know, pitch black
Yep.
sight.
True
You need
sight or some. Yep.
yeah, you need a little bit of a light source to kind of see deeper. So you got like 30 feet in front of you that you can still see. And then past that point, it is still it is pitch black.
Koshka has a torch
Yeah, if you want to light the torches.
and a tinderbox, so she'll light up her torch.
Oh, scared me with the torch.
Yeah, you light up the torch, and immediately you can see like the roots of the trees from that are up above you. You can see the claw marks that this thing just absolutely just swam through this through the ground essentially. And you can see further down, continuing down another like 60 feet. You can see it does kind of start turning to the left.
All right. So we can either. I don't know. Let's go back and tell them what we see and see if they want to come with us.
I think that is a good idea, because I don't want to turn this corner and then, you know, we're literally and metaphorically turning the corner. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So-
It's exactly. I don't want to do. I know it's not every day that I am, you know, cautious, but this is a new day today. Maybe today is a different day.
I can
Little jet.
appreciate that.
Okay, let's go tell Midas. Who cares?
Could we tell somebody else? Or
Oh. Okay.
we'll
Okay,
tell
sure.
anyone else who can then subsequently tell Midas, and that will be good, I think.
Yeah, okay. We have to be, because we can't be lost, because, you know, Zar's going to have to find us one day. So we can't be stuck down here. He can't see us.
Yes. So let us scurry on back as quickly as possible to let them know it's a very long tunnel.
All right, let's go.
Okay. And then I'll start heading back.
All right, you guys head back, and you guys, it's fairly easy to climb out. You know, this thing left a lot of claw marks in the ground for you to kind of wedge your feet into. You got to kind of help Pippi a little bit, but all you guys kind of get up and out of the tunnel.
Okay, so here is the thing. So into the tunnel, there is more tunnel. And then after the tunnel, that is more tunnel, there is a little bit more tunnel that goes to the left. So before we go into the tunnel all the way, we wanted to come get you, so that way we can go into the tunnel farther and find out where this guy is coming from. Ready? Come on.
Are we
Was
all
there-
going?
Did you see any light on the other side of the tunnel,
Oh.
or was it just more tunnel?
Oh, the light was with the fire on the torch.
Yes. Which she is still holding, I assume. Yes.
Wait, what the what?
Yes.
That. So there was no light on the other side, is what I mean.
We did not get to the end, I don't think. That's the
No,
problem.
it's a long tunnel. It's very, very deep into
Did
the
you
ground.
hear anything?
Just
No.
my heart beating quickly.
Loudly. I also could
Loudly.
hear his heart beating loudly and quickly.
Well, as much as I would love to go spelunking, we do have a bit of a time crunch, you know?
We don't want to know. We don't want to know where they are from. Where they are coming from. Is that important?
I'd rather not run into more.
Yeah.
What if we kill them at the source?
Do you want to
Yeah,
make it
but-
back in time for the singing competition?
We cannot miss that.
We do
And I
need
think-
the maracas.
We gotta go.
Okay, maybe some other time we could check it out.
Yes, I don't think we're equipped to handle potentially a pack of these if they do have pack.
Yeah, they almost killed me.
Well, okay, so
So,
we don't-
I'm especially not inclined to chase after them.
Okay, good point. So if you're saying if we go, we won't have time in order to come back for this competition of the songs. Okay, that's a good reason.
Okay. That's what I said last. That's what I said yesterday. No side missions.
Right.
We keep going to Balant. And she points to the road ahead. She's like, we keep going. Hyogen, could you scout out the path ahead for us?
And you just hear in your mind, "Yes, Mom." And away.
Yes.
Yes, Mom. And yeah, she'll see through Hugin as he scouts ahead.
Yeah, certainly. So as you're all, so are you all walking, or is just Hugin sent ahead?
She'll send him ahead first.
Okay,
And
perfect.
then if he doesn't see anything, like, you know, a good ways away, like then she'll call him back. Like up to the limit, I think, of how far he can go.
What, you got like 1,000?
Oh yeah, 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not 1,000 feet. I was like, wait, how far? We'll do like 100 feet.
Yeah. So as Hugin flies, is he going above the trees or like under the trees?
We'll do above the trees.
All right. So flying high above the trees, as you're like seeing what's going on from above, you see that what was a very lush green forest before the last time you guys walked through here, there's a lot of like wild, overgrown like trees that are now really covering completely where like you would look down and see the path. Before, there was a lot more sparser foliage that was covering up above, but seemingly since the last time you were here, things have grown a little bit more wild, it seems. So Hugin's having a hard time picking up anything as he's looking down from up above, but he can see spots where like there's lush, vibrant green, and then there are almost like withering, like falling leaves that are like dark brown and yellow, and they're just kind of like speckled throughout the forest. There doesn't appear to be like one area that has a concentration of these trees. They're just kind of speckled all throughout. So Hugin's having a hard time seeing like down through the trees from up above, but he can see, like I said, like he can see what I just described.
Yeah, so she'll call him back once he hits like 100 feet. You've seen enough. She'll have him circle back, perch back on her shoulder. And she's had her eyes closed. Like she can still like perceive things. She's not like deafened.
Yeah.
Because of her like abilities with him. So, but she has her eyes closed just to be able to concentrate a little better. And when she opens her eyes, anybody who's paying attention to her can see that she has a very worried expression on her face. And she's like anxiously tapping her foot, and she's like, "This isn't right. How could the terrain change so vastly in so little time? We were just here not too long ago.
What's wrong with
What do you mean?
Well, I was looking through Hugin's eyes, and the terrain is changed. There are trees that are dying, and then there's a lot of overgrown brush where there wasn't before. It's off-putting. It's not. It doesn't feel right.
Do you think that we should be on guard for the remainder of our travels through the Dunmis Woods?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you think we can get out of the Dunmis Woods?
Safely?
Yeah, prior to nightfall. Like, how much longer do we have to go? I've never been this way. To at least get out of the woods to set up camp.
I think we set up camp in the woods.
The Dunmis Woods are quite large.
Oh no. Okay.
So you guys know that the last time you came through, it took I would say 3 days to fully get through. And you guys had set up the quack house, at various spots where there was enough space to set up the quack house, just camped out.
Yeah, so most of the trip to Balland is in the woods, unfortunately.
Okay.
And there was always a path to follow. There's a developed path that people take to travel to and from Balland. It's a Rento.
Mm-hmm. So we really shouldn't stray off the path.
Maybe we want to stray off a little bit.
Why would we
Just
want
keep it in sight, because there have been just no. Didn't someone tell us that there were ambushes around here just a little while ago?
That was in the
Ambushes.
cutscene. We don't know that.
or-
We don't know that.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know
Alright.
that.
Okay, we don't know that.
We were
Yeah.
ambushed when we were coming here. But...
We don't. We were ambushed, so maybe we stay off just a little bit when it comes to if the path crosses another path, we stay back.
I think there's just one path, Elatrian.
Shit.
Don't remember any others.
LOL.
Shit.
Well, maybe we could put safety precautions in place. I assume we're walking through the woods at this point. We're not just.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're
It was getting out. Yeah.
Maybe we can put more safety measures in place. We make sure that people stay up and keep watch. We can take shifts, and then, also maybe I don't know if anyone has any protections we can put outside the quack house. I just worry mostly about when you're sleeping.
we'll take watch.
Yeah, so I think watch is really the best thing we can do, and just try to make sure if we could just be as prepared as we can, and also try and to keep creatures from attacking the house itself, because it's taken a beating. The Glockhouse isn't perfect, and I fear that if something else this big, like that beast we encountered, comes near us, it could really do some damage.
Has the quack house ever been attacked by something that's very big, or
Those trolls.
Trolls.
you guys met troll?
Yep. We
Oh, no.
did.
Wasn't fun.
And you survived to tell the tale? That's a tale in itself, to be honest.
It's a miracle the house survived.
Yes,
But,
I would say it's in amazing shape. I don't know if you guys had to redo it or anything, but it looks great, especially from being attacked by trolls.
Well, yes, but the problem is the house, because it is magical, it can't be fixed by normal means. I can't just,
Oh.
get some replacement hardwood or other regular tools. It's not the same as a regular house. That's why anytime it does take any damage, it's just not fixable. So I want to make sure it stays in about this condition.
Miss Corey, I will make it my personal vendetta to make sure that the house is well taken care of upon my time for watch, which Pippi and I will happily do for you.
I appreciate that. Then it's not like I won't be on watch myself, but yes, so everybody just keep an eye out. Stay on guard. All right. Well,
On guard.
let's keep moving.
All right. So continuing forward along the path, the destruction that creature's cause is on full display. And what was once a serene walk through the lush green and vibrant forest is now something similar to almost like a plague that's just ravished the land. Koshka and Kore, you two have the highest passive perceptions, and Kore, you already kind of mentioned this to everyone, but Koshka, you're kind of starting to see it now on the ground level, that this forest feels a lot more wild and overgrown. There's more moss and fungus growing, and some of the trees appear to be sick, like oozing out different colors of sap. And some have even toppled over, landing in the path through the woods. And while it's easy to bypass this, it doesn't feel like the creature caused all of these issues on their own. And kind of looking at this whole situation, Koshka, roll a history check for me.
Six.
7. All right.
7. Sorry.
You kind of look through. You look at the change in the landscape. You couldn't have had anything to do with this, could you? You think that as you walk through the forest?
Me? What? I think I might have done this. Is that what you're saying?
Something about this forest is off, and it wasn't like that the last time you had kind of come into this forest.
Okay.
You did it.
What? I didn't know that I had never been in this forest before.
You have.
Oh, that's not.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you have with everyone
No.
else.
Okay. Interesting.
I love bringing up stuff that happened weeks ago.
Especially to someone with like no short-term memory. I have no idea what happened. What did I do?
Long-term memory at this point.
Wait, no. That was a different thing. Did we meet somebody in the forest in this campaign?
Kind of fish.
Like a guy who was building a
Yep.
house?
He wasn't.
That was
building
this
a house.
campaign, right?
Unless I'm forgetting something, he wasn't building a house.
Who the frick did we meet in the forest?
I thought
Somebody
we
help
met
me.
The guy-
a guy and we went to go
Honeypot?
rescue his daughter.
Was it the rug guy?
Yeah.
The rug salesman. The rug salesman was behind this.
He always is.
It was him.
If only you rolled higher.
Oh.
Can Pippi do a history check?
Pippi was there.
Okay, so we're gonna allow him to roll one, and then I'll cast Speak with Animals.
I'll allow
I will
it.
make this work if you let me.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't roll like shit.
Okay, no pressure. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Oh.
You
Pippi
can't
has
speak.
one other.
You can't speak with animals.
No,
No.
Just checking.
I don't want
He
to talk
just
to him right
scratches
now.
his head. He just
Yeah.
scratches his he's like, oh. Shrugs.
So time passes as you all continue forwards towards Balin, which is still a couple of days away. The treetops, as you saw before, Corey, they've grown wildly, and they're almost completely blocking out the sun at this point. And you guys have been traveling for a few hours, and with this overgrowth above you, it's hard to know exactly what time it is. But sending Hugin up, he can see that the sun is starting to set as occasionally some dark orange beams of sunlight break through the foliage, and it's getting pretty close to sundown, and the Dunmis Woods are eerily quiet. It's probably a good time to maybe set up camp somewhere.
Maybe.
Think about what you've done.
Oh my god.
Well, it is getting dark. Let's try to find a spot a bit off the path with enough space to open up the house. And yeah, she'll look around for a good amount of space for the quack house.
Yeah, takes a little bit of time to find it, as I mentioned, like everything's kind of growing a little bit wildly, where there could have been some space, now some thick vines of like kind of sprawled across the ground. So it takes you maybe another half an hour or so to actually find a wide enough space to safely deploy the quack house, but you do find a spot.
Cool. All right. So yeah, she'll say the magic word quack house, and the house will come to life.
Just
Yeah.
like unfolding bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then boop, there it is.
Yep. Cozy little cottage. All right, everybody. I'm going to get started on dinner. We'll be having some. I have just the recipe in mind, so I'm very excited to get started. And yeah, she'll pull out the meat that she's collected and she's harvested, and
Yep.
just hop into the house.
Excellent.
Are you wanting to use all the meat for this cooking session?
All of it, because there's so much of it. We'll do like,
Salt it and make jerky.
yeah. I think for this session we'll just use like this cooking session. We'll use like some of it.
All right.
Yeah.
What
Maybe
kind
a
of?
third of it?
Yeah, you can put like if in the quantities or something like that. Put like start with 3, so just like minus
Mhm.
1 off of there, so get 2
Cool.
portions. And they're a solid like 2 pounds each, or 2 or 3 pounds of meat.
Alright. Cool. So yeah, she gets cooking, and she'll, by the time she's finished, she'll make use some of the vegetables that she has, and other supplies like some potatoes she bought from the market in Vrento, and yeah, she just simmers up a nice sauce as well to go with it all, and she ends up with this beautiful honey glazed garlic filet tenderloin.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a nice rich sauce that's like sweet, like some sweet notes, but and then the savoriness of the meat, the fresh meat, like balances it out. It's very nice. Some nice buttery potatoes and green beans, stuff like that.
Yeah, and you all kind of sit down for a little family dinner after, trekking miles through the Dunmis Woods, and the meat has a little bit of toughness to it. It's a little bit gamey, but Corey did a great job at tenderizing the meat and like preparing it in a way that broke down a lot of that toughness. So while there is still a little bit of a chew to it, it's the first time Corey's used this type of meat before. With all of the accoutrements that she's put on it, the sauce, it's absolutely fantastic, of course.
All right, what do you all think?
This is worthy of a gourmand. No doubt. They will be fools not to have you.
Good. Thank you.
The way the flavor dances upon the tongue. It is
Oh,
delicious.
I'm so glad. Well, Midas did have a hand or two in helping to tenderize the meat, so I appreciate that.
Well done, Midas. Well done indeed.
And yeah, Corey's a lot happier. One from cooking, because cooking is such a nice stress relief for her. Especially after almost dying. and you just enjoying a fresh meal with a fresh hot meal with everybody. It brings everybody together. So
Yeah, when you're traveling through the woods, it's always nice to have a house that comes with a full kitchen equipped.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Literally the best magic item we've been given.
Ever.
By far.
So you guys, kind of finish up dinner. Corey, you let the plates clean themselves as they do.
Mhm.
And you guys are, as you guys were talking about earlier, kind of planning for the night's watch. So how are you guys gonna split that up?
Whichever watch Midas takes, I will also take.
What?
Hmm?
What?
Koshka said she wanted first to watch with Pippi and Hugin.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I'll take second watch.
I'll take the watch with you.
Yay.
Four.
Midas will uses finger and count who's left. Fuck.
Midas, looks like it's going to be you and me. Together at last.
I'm so excited.
Destiny.
You.
All right, so who's first, Corey and Koshka, or is?
No,
Koshka, and
Koshka,
animals.
Hugin, and Pippi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All
Before
right.
Corey goes to rest, she'll say to Hugin, "Now be good for Koshka and Pippi, okay? And don't be afraid to come out of your shell a little bit. Your very feathery shell. I know she would love the company, okay?"
Hugin just kind of does the bird head up and down for yes.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Um.
The rest.
So Koshka and Pippi, I think, are gonna go outside the quack house and just kind of sit on the front steps or near the front steps,
Yep.
and then keeping watch outside. And then Koshka will be like, "Oh, come on, Hugin, come on out with us," and then let him perch wherever he so desires.
Yeah, Hugin will kind of fly up onto the roof and just kind of perch up there as everyone else heads to bed. You're out there for a little while, Koshka. It's very dark outside as the the forest is blocking out a lot of the moonlight. It's only when there's a little gust of wind that you hear kind of whipping through the branches of the trees that that moonlight kind of pierces through. And roll perception for me, and Cora, you can roll for Hugin as well for perception.
Cool.
So Pippi can roll.
I forgot he has advantage on perception.
13. Should I roll for Pippi? Hold on.
Ooh. At 20.
Awesome.
I won't even bother to roll twice. My second nat 20 today.
Beautiful.
So, Kosher got 13 and Pippi got 16.
Yeah. So as your watch kind of drags on a little bit, Hugin will kind of look down from up top, and you hear something in your head as Hugin says, "Strange clouds." And Pippi's nose goes up, and he starts to smell something, and he is like backing away, trying to get back into the house. And you see coming through the woods as the beams of light from the moonlight kind of pierce the forest. You see a thin veil of these like pollen spores that are about, I would say, kind of like up to your waist almost, Koshka, up to like everyone else's knees, but it'd be up to your waist. A thin veil of these like pollen spores just absolutely are blanketing the forest floor and are just slowly inching their way towards you.
So as she sees this, she's like, "Get in the house. Pippi, get in the house. Come on, Hugin, we gotta get inside the house." And then like she like rushes to like open the door to like let them all in, and then runs to the window to like look out and see what's happening.
Yeah, so you watch from the inside, and the thin kind of almost looks like the dry ice smoke, but moving much slower as these little pollen spores are just kind of just floating very slowly towards the quack house. And they finally like reach the quack house, and you just see them kind of like flow around the quack house, just very slowly inching their way. And you kind of run around to the other side of the quack house and look outside, and you can see the pollen spores just kind of completely surround the quack house and continue heading out into the forest. You look back to the other side where you just come from, and there's still just like an ocean of these pollen puffs just floating in the night.
That's fun.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Maybe we just stay inside. Okay.
You just like Hugin looks over to you. He's now like up on the top second level of the house, and you just hear in your head, "No like."
Pippi, should I wake everyone up? Like, is this wake up worthy? I don't want to be like the boy who cried wolf, you know? But, I mean, it doesn't look good, and it's definitely not a natural occurrence that I know of, so...
You just see, like, Pippi, like, just laying down on its stomach and just, like, both paws, like, on top of its snout.
Okay, she can't speak with animals.
All right, and what do you want to ask Pippi?
Pippi, why are you covering your face? Is it because you're scared? Is it because it smells bad? Like, why did you start backing away first?
It smells terrible out there, Mom. It's musty and smells like rotten mushrooms. Bringing back bad memories. One time I ate these mushrooms that really stunk.
Mm.
And they got stuck in my nose, and I couldn't stop smelling the mushrooms for such a long time.
I remember that. That was not a good time for you. It was a different era.
Yeah, it's like that,
okay.
but worse.
Would you say that it smells maybe a little bit like death?
I mean, I've smelled death before. This is different.
Okay, noted. This is important. Now, based on what you've smelled, do you think that we should wake everybody up?
I think we stay here where it's safe. The pollen's not coming in here.
Okay. Okay, so I shouldn't go wake them up. We don't want to cause a big ruckus over nothing. We just wait for it to pass.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, great. And also, side question. Have you been hearing a voice by any chance, or is that just me losing my mind? Just
Oh, you mean Hugin?
does the bird talk?
Do I talk?
Well, technically, yes. Now, anyways, okay. So
Me and Hugin been talking the whole time.
you have? Are you guys friends now?
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
Oh, that makes me very happy. I like that for you. Okay. Should I maybe see if he knows what's going on?
Like, he's gonna tell you the same thing that I'm telling you.
Just stay inside.
Just
Don't
stay
worry about it.
inside.
Okay. All right, we shall do that then, and I will just keep an eye on the weird, puffy little cloud spore things. And yeah. Oh, do you remember, by the way, like when we were in the woods today, it looked like the woods were very sick.
Yeah.
Like if the woods could catch a cold, it has a cold, you know? Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Do you, by any chance, think this could be related to the fact that, you know, we went in there and the animals were acting crazy, right? And then we killed those dryads?
I don't know.
How did I get stuck with 2 animals for my watch? This is not fair.
You suggested it.
I didn't suggest doing it by myself. I thought somebody else would do it with me, but that's okay. It's fine. This is fine.
I'm here with you, Mom. It's okay.
I know, sweet bean. But I worry that us, you know, killing the dryads might have been the wrong choice. Like maybe the forest is sick because we took them away.
Well, you know what they say about dryads.
I do not.
Oh, I was hoping you'd fill in the blank.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're both at the loss then.
Yeah, I
A
don't know.
riveting conversation.
I don't know what they say about dryads.
Yeah, I should have known that.
I am just a humble badger.
You are, with weird war flashbacks, but yes, that's okay. I love you very much. You're a very good little boy.
Can I get a little scritchies behind the ear?
Of course you can get the little scritchies behind the ear, and she like scratches him a little bit and lets out her claws just a little bit so that it's like extra scratchy.
And his hind leg gets to kicking.
Nice. She got the spot. Okay,
Oh,
well.
that's a spot.
Okay, well, you lie somewhere comfy where you can smell the least, I suppose, and I'll keep looking out the windows and let you know if I need anything. Okay?
All right, sounds good. Keep our
Okay.
eyes peeled.
Okay. So she
Uh,
goes back to look out the window at
Yeah.
the front of the house.
Yeah, so you keep an eye out on the front, and every so often the moonbeams pierce through, and you can see them light up this just absolute ocean of these pollen spores floating just like ever so slowly, where they almost look like they're hovering in place, but they're just moving so slowly in such a large quantity that it looks like it's perfectly still. And it's like that for the remainder of your watch.
I don't like that, but that's fine. Okay.
So you go and now that your watch is done, you go wake up the next person.
With Corey and Drag.
Yep.
I'm gonna send Pippi in to wake up Drag and lick her face.
Pippi licks her feet that are hanging off the side of her bed.
Oh.
Drag tries to pick up Pippi and cuddle with it, and then decides to get up because Pippi won't lay with her.
My life. And Koshka goes into Corey's room and gently tries to wake her up. Goes, Miss Corey, it's time for your watch.
Oh. Koshka, how did it go?
I would very much like to show you something. So just when you're ready, it's not necessarily time sensitive that I know of, but I don't know much about it. So just when you're ready, you come down and I'll tell you about it. Okay?
All right. And Corey will just get up and stretch. She's already dressed and she knew she's gonna have second watch, so she just goes and follows Koshka.
So, I mean, Koshka goes to the I don't know what is at the front of the house, but I assume it's a living room kind of area.
Yep.
So she goes there, she sees Drag and Pippi, and then she goes, okay, now don't be alarmed because nothing additional has happened, but we were looking out around the house outside when we first started our watch, and then Hugin, who I now know as Hugin, said he looked up in the sky and he said strange clouds, and then Pippi started backing away very scared, and then just all of a sudden the very slow wave of these pollen spores just came out along the ground of the forest. So if you look out the window, they're still there, and it's pretty alarming. Pippi says it smells like dead and dying mushrooms, and he hates the smell. Hugin, I didn't want to bother too much, but he said he does not like it. So I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I don't know.
Concerning.
Yes, I also thought this as well. And I've just been keeping an eye on it. It goes all the way around the Clack House and reaches the far lengths of the forest, from what I can tell. I would maybe not advise going outside, maybe, but I don't know. So it scared the animals, if that tells you anything.
If it scared them, then I will happily follow their instincts and intuition. Right, Hugin?
Yeah. Yep, Mom.
Does he say that in her head, or is he saying that
In your head.
Okay, got it. Yeah, Corey will pat him on the head and say, good job on your watch. Um, and yeah, she's like, you can rest if you'd like, Yugen. You've worked very hard today.
And she'll kind of like pull Corey aside just a little bit and then be like, I was thinking today when we were walking through the forest that the forest looks like it is ill, like it has some sort of sickness or disease. And then I was thinking back to when, you weren't around, so I'll fill you in. But when I first met the ducks, I was given a map to try to find this treasure, and then that is how I would prove myself, my worth. So it was in the Dunmis Woods. And long story short, we ended up killing a dryad or two. And now I am. Yes, they were very aggressive. We did try to talk to them first. It's kind of a long story. Essentially, there was a treasure hunt sent through the woods, and then these people kept getting killed, but they were all just young adventurers. And we tried to talk to them and say, it's just a little treasure hunt. Like, if we take this little treasure, people won't come back. Yeah, they didn't like it at all, so they just wanted to fight us and told us to get out. And then I was like, that's not fair, you can't kill these people. And then we got in a big fight and we killed them. So that's where I got this bow from. So now I'm a little worried that the forest dying might be my fault. I don't know what to do about that.
Out of character, could I roll like a history check from Corey's like time living and growing up in the Nokolan forest? Would she have any knowledge of dryads or like have even encountered one before?
You can go ahead. Yeah, you can roll a history.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, so with the 14, you've never like dryads have always been like folk lore essentially for your experience with them, right? Like, your parents would probably tell you stories growing up of thanking the dryads for keeping the forest plentiful and stuff like that. And then when you went over to the Nokolan forest, your parents would say, like, oh, it seems like the dryads have abandoned this place, or things of that nature. So there definitely is, like, from your knowledge, like, whether it's true or not, like, because you've never seen a dryad before, from your experience, they are kind of tied to the health of a forest.
So Corey, upon hearing Koshka tell her this, she just looks stunned for a second, and then it's very serious, and she says, the stories my mother and father told me really weren't true.
What do you mean?
You killed dryads? You actually saw them, and you killed
a bunch. I want to say 3, but it's not clear in my memories.
That very well may be the reason why the forest is this way. They are essentially what makes forests thrive. That's what my parents always told me, and while I never saw one myself, and I doubt they ever did, they certainly believed in it. Might be old Feywild stories or whatnot, but they're really true.
Well, I mean, we don't know it's my fault, right? I mean, they were trying to kill us, and I was trying to save the other innocent people who it was my first adventure. I don't
no, I'm. It's not your fault. I mean, there's no way you could have known, and you're defending everybody else. So, I'm just surprised to hear that they were aggressive as well and tried to attack. That doesn't
They-
sound.
They not only tried to attack, they killed a young adventuring group immediately prior to us.
What?
Yes. Yes, aggressively, like grotesquely, like things will haunt my dreams kind of thing. Like and then there also was like a point in time where we had to get through these tangly brushes and Eladrian got stuck, so then Zar lent me his dragon head and I dragon breathed through the thorny things and then we were able to go through. So I mean it was not a good track record for me and Forrest currently.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
How do I make it up to them, Miss Corey? How do I fix this?
Well, I don't know, aside from trying to, well, not disturb the balance of the forest more than a group already has, or other adventurers may have already. I mean, there's only so much we can do. I'd say if we do end up encountering anything like them again, to just stay far away from them and try to just not harm them. But it's a hard thing. I don't like hearing that they were violent either, and I certainly don't want to see people killed.
We genuinely tried to talk to them and offer them solutions. We really put forth an effort, and I know that that is not typically something, that the Mighty Ducks might have always done, but we gave it a shot because I was joining the crew, and that's how I like to deal with things, and they were very adamant that they would murder us. So,
Well, in that case, there really isn't a whole lot we can do, I don't think. I'm no expert on botany or anything like that. We can only hope that perhaps more druids may pass over this place, hopefully friendlier ones, and they'll keep away from people and try and restore the forest back to good health.
maybe when we get to Ballad, that I could look for somebody who might have a little bit more knowledge, maybe something else I could maybe do to help. I just feel very bad about it.
Well, like I said, Goshka, it isn't your fault. It's simply what happens when the balance is disturbed. But again, there's nothing you could have done about it. And protecting people in the end is always the right thing to do. I'll just try and see if we can find some kind of solution for this.
Okay. Well, I'm getting quite tired. The worry has worn me out, so I think I might head to bed if that's okay.
Absolutely, and thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that.
Thank you for
Good to know.
listening and not making me feel worse than I already do.
I mean, I always try to wait and hear the full story of things, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate that about you.
Get some rest, okay?
Okay. Come on, Pippi.
Drag waves. Good night.
Good night, Drag.
All right, Drag, it's you and me. I suppose since we cannot go outside, we'll just keep watch of, both sides of the house. Just looking out the windows.
That sounds good.
All right.
I'll watch the left side. You watch the right side.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Corey will go to the right side of the house.
Drag will like stuff her face into one of the windows, like looking like back and forth, and then go to the next one and keep doing it.
So, in the silence of the night, time passes on when you both hear the slow sound of small scratches against the glass. And it's coming from the main level of the quack house. What do you do?
Drag yells for Corey. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. Shh, keep it quiet. Keep quiet, Drag. And she'll like try to crouch, but like try to slowly peek over one of the windows. like try and stealthily see like what's going on.
Both of you.
Her ears come up like a foot before she does.
Yeah.
Like-
both of you roll investigation for me.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh,
Drag! Drag! Oh my god!
Yes? You see something?
Jag is literally, Jag's just like head is like under the pillows, like on the and the couch.
Yeah.
Drag, what are you doing?
I'm letting you look.
By myself?
Well, I don't like surprises.
Corey, you hear the scratching sounds. It's very like tiny tappings almost on the window that's near like that's just directly to the side of your kitchenette area.
They're going for the food.
Corey is like so scared. She just hears them tapping and like she's like look, I'm not the ladron. I'm not going to look out the window. I'm not showing my face. I'm just going to stay here and hide and wait for it to pass.
Yeah, the last time I followed a creepy girl, it didn't end up well for me either.
Yeah, so we're just going to we hear the creepy sounds, the creepy noises outside, and we say nope. And
we stay inside.
Stay inside, yes. Correct.
I like this motto.
And you guys just continue to hear just there's no pattern to it. It's just like the smallest tap. 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 And it's like a little pause. Tap. 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 And that just continues for as long as you guys are waiting it out.
At some point, Drag ends up holding on to Corey.
Yeah, Corey just like pets Drag. She vaguely feels like this should be the other way around, but
It's late at night. It doesn't work.
So she just tries to like hum a tune to try and like just keep the noise out. And I mean, if there's nothing like if it doesn't turn to like banging or anything, it's just tapping. If nothing else is happening, she's not gonna be springing to action.
Yeah, it's just very light tapping.
Yep. They could tap all night.
I'm gonna tell myself.
You guys wait it out. The tapping still continues. But your watch is ending.
Cool, watch is over. Not my problem anymore.
Oh, wait a minute.
Corey's like, oh, all right, Jack, our watch is over. Let's
I'll go get Eladrian and you get Midas.
Yep, absolutely, yep.
We'll tell them about it when they get down here.
Yeah, Corey's speeding over to Midas's room, just speeds past the curtain, and it's just like, Midas, wake up! Midas, wake up!
What is your problem?
There's tapping. There's tapping. Weird tapping outside. But there's also pollen outside. Very bad pollen that you don't want to encounter. So don't go outside. And just
So
keep an eye out. Keep your
you're-
ears open.
You're making a problem because pollen is just landing on the roof?
No, and there's tapping. There's this weird.
The sound
tapping.
of pollen landing on the
No,
roof?
it's not pollen on the roof. It's like somebody tapping against the glass and against the walls.
Uh-huh.
But just I said to Drac, you know, I am not a Latvian, and I'm not going to look out there, and I'm not going to go out there to investigate. So he's your
Neither
problem.
am I. If he goes out there, I'm not stopping him. Matter of fact, I'll tell him no, don't do it. And if he doesn't listen, that's his problem.
Can you at least try to keep our companion safe? Because then it will become all of our problems.
I said I'll try. I'll tell him, no, don't do that.
And then I'm going to kick your ass out if he goes out.
How's that my fault, though?
It will be.
That just doesn't
No.
make sense.
Keep him safe.
Whatever, okay. Get out of my
And-
room.
Corey goes out of the room.
Drag bangs into Eladrian's room and is like, "Hey, it's your watch. Your turn."
Oh, can't hear you.
Time for the watching. All right. Got it. Okay, time for the watch. Right, watching the Quack House. Yes. Okay, where do we start the watch?
You go downstairs and we're gonna tell you some things.
Oh, okay. Here we going. Okay, I get up and start walking downstairs.
Yeah,
I
you,
feel like as Eladrian's walking down, Corey's like heading up to the room. To her room. She's like, Eladrian, don't go outside. Don't do anything. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you
go
talking
outside.
about?
Don't go outside.
Don't- How am I
There is-
supposed to watch from the inside? I cannot do any watching.
So there is death pollen outside, and
What
if
am I
you
supposed
go
to
out,
watch
you'll
Midas?
die. Yes, watch Midas
Death pollen? Pollen of the death?
or something very bad. I don't
It
know
is-
if you'll die, but it's bad enough for
Death.
the animals to leave and come
The
You
here.
don't want to
floating
kill.
death dust?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to kill?
You don't want to kill your best friend now that he's admitted it.
Yep.
It's a very good point. Well, maybe if I go out and he stays in, we'll see.
You will die. No. This
Listen,
is exactly what
listen.
I
No
told
going
Midas
outside.
to be doing.
What
Don't
if I-
go outside.
Okay,
Don't go
I
outside.
won't.
And if you hear it
I won't-
tapping, don't go outside. Just
I won't-
don't go. And especially don't
outside.
breathe in that shit. Don't breathe in the pollen of death. So just try to stay calm. If anything
Staying
escalates, then you wake all of us up. Okay?
Then I wake
Okay.
you up. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. You ready for this? Here we go.
So Eladrian and Midas, you guys come downstairs and you hear that tap, 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 tap.
Hello? Hello? Do you hear this?
Yes, I hear it.
What is it? It sounds like someone is knocking at the door.
Well, don't open the door.
But they're knocking.
Who cares?
What if they want to sell us an encyclopedia?
Well, we don't want it.
Roll investigation.
Allowed.
Oh, good.
Better than drag.
Oh damn.
I just don't play.
So Midas, you locate the sound of the tapping. It's coming from the outside of the window that's right near Corey's kind of kitchen area. And getting closer to it, you see that there's a small squirrel that's just slowly banging its head against the window.
You said squirrel?
Yeah. And it's not like seeing it do what it's doing. It's not doing so at like any kind of rapid pace or any kind of rhythm at all. It almost seems like it's like super like lethargically just kind of tapping its head against the window. What do you do?
Close the curtain and walk away.
Yeah, so as you go to close the curtain there, you kind of get a close look at this little squirrel, and you can see that there's these little like tiny
Don't say it.
sack pouches that are protruding from its eyes and mouth, and there you can count like 3 little ones, and it's just continuing to like tap its head against the window.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. He'll quickly close the curtain.
Yeah, so you close the curtain and you just continue to hear the tapping.
Yeah, Eladrin, it's nothing to worry about. It's just a squirrel. It has a really bad sense of direction.
Is a squirrel? Maybe he's cold. Maybe he
No.
doesn't need to be in the death dust. It
No,
is the
he's not
pollen, the
cold.
death pollen. Maybe we should.
He's
It's Corey didn't say anything about not
fine.
opening a window. As long as I don't go outside.
God, I would knock you
What?
out.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because
We are trying to save a squirrel. The squirrel is a living thing. Look at him. He's pitiful.
Squirrels do not
He's
belong
hitting
in
his-
the crack house. If you
he's
let that
hitting his
squirrel in,
head.
I'm kicking you out, and you're gonna live outside and be cold.
You can't. She won't let you do that.
Want to bet?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Right.
Ready?
Fuck around and
Wait,
find out. I swear to God, Eladrin.
Going
Do
to
not let
bet
that squirrel
you.
in.
Why not? Look at him. He's a pitiful little thing. He needs
Eladrin,
help.
He's banging his head against the fucking window.
Tap,
He's,
tap,
he's,
tap.
he's like, please let me in. I see you in there. That's what he's
Eladrin,
saying to you.
came and
He's
his
saying,
eyes.
I see you. Please, I
His eyes
see
is
you.
literally covered.
I see you in there. He can see through. He lives in the outside. He can see through the pollen dust, the death pollen. How can he
So
be
he's
breathing?
fine.
Maybe the death
if he
pollen
can-
isn't deathly. If he is
Maybe that's
living,
okay.
maybe we will
He's
like
fine.
to die. So if we
No.
open the window,
No.
then that is not going against what Corey said. Right? She did not say don't go. She didn't say don't go outside and don't open the window. She just said don't go outside.
Eladrin,
So
Tap, tap,
stay away from
It's
the
okay.
window.
tap,
it's
tap,
okay. It's just a little squirrel.
tap,
No.
Yes.
tap, tap.
Come
tap.
on.
Eladrin.
It'll be
Tap.
fine.
Tap.
Don't you
Tap.
want to just? Don't you want the tapping to stop?
No, I honestly don't care.
Okay. Well, is this tapping rhythmic in any sort of sense?
No.
Damn. I'm going to try to use the tapping for the beat of my new song.
Be off
There's
beat.
zero rhythm to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Tap. Tap. Tap.
Well, here's this. I do an okay job. I make a shitty song about the night wind and the death dust floating in the outside, about how it's attacking the squirrel, and how Midas is an evil warlord who doesn't care about wildlife.
Tap. Tap. You Midas, you hear maybe just the ever so slight crack of the glass.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Fuck.
Tap.
Midas, before he
my-
breaks the glass, we should let him in, right?
No.
Which would Corey like better? For us to break the house? She said don't let anything attack the house.
Back
The
and
squirrel
stop
is
fucking
attacking the
focus.
house. What are you going to do? How are you going to help? What are you going to do? What are we going to let
Go
this
up to the window
squirrel
and
break the window?
cast Mending.
So yeah, you kind of open up the blinds really quick and cast mending, and it fixes the glass as this squirrel just continues to tap. And from the darkness, you see a pair of just like big yellow eyes from the darkness just swoop down and grab this squirrel. An owl from the darkness just comes down and like grabs it, and as soon as it grabs this squirrel, the pouches on its head just poof, and a bunch of pollen shoots out, and you can see the owl is like disoriented by this, and the squirrel and the owl both fall to the ground and are just lying motionless there.
Midas is just holding the curtains open still, just blinking. It's just like,
Midas, look at what you did.
Uh,
if you would have just let the squirrel inside, he would not have died with the owl, and the owl would not have died either. This
That's a
is
steal.
why
it literally poof.
should have.
Eladrin?
Well, he wouldn't have poofed. He would have been safe in here.
What if it would have poofed in here?
What if he wouldn't have? As long as we didn't attack it like the owl did, he wouldn't have a reason to poof. Now would he?
We don't know this.
I know it. I do know it.
I really doubt that.
I know it.
You don't know your right from your left sometimes.
This is the right. As he holds up his hands, looking like with L's in his hands.
You're so fucking stupid.
This is the right.
Midas like sighs and closes the curtains with like in an annoyed way. Just, you know, Eladrin, why don't you just go to your room and I'll finish the watch. You can watch from the upstairs. Matter of fact, you can watch the upstairs and make sure nobody's up there.
I would. You want me to? That doesn't. We have everyone else upstairs, so if I'm upstairs watching them, they're safe. I will stay here with you. No, I am here. We will stay together because we are the best of friends.
No, we're not.
We are forever
We're not.
together.
Hold until we finish this quest.
It's you and it is you and it is me, from the beginning to the end.
No, no.
From the front to the back, all the way.
You piss me off so much.
And then I just go on like this for many minutes about how the alpha, the omega.
So you guys have a nonsensical conversation for the remainder of your watch, and as Koshka and Dragonista and Kore, you're all sleeping. Kore, in your dream, you feel something in the forest calling out to you. It's almost like your gaze while you're sleeping is drawn to somewhere in the forest, like dark and deep in the forest. A voice that reaches into your heart, and an unsettling feeling washes over you. But it's not you that's unsettled, Kore. It's your patron that's unsettled. And that's where we'll end tonight.
What the fuck?
What?
I was gonna say, our
bruh.
memes tonight are killing me. These are great memes. I'm really proud of us all.
Oh my god, I was laughing so much. Like tears were starting to form in my eyes. Especially when the squirrel pooped and then Eladrin just like, this is your fault, Mike.
You did this.
The issue with Eladrin is it makes it so hard for me to figure out who's Midas and who's Jermaine.
You become the same person.
we become the same person. Like, even with my voice, it's just like annoying.
Yeah, it's like it's not even acting, it's just real.
It just is now.
My voice goes a higher pitch, and then slowly to start merging. Oh god, that was insufferable.
Well, that's what you get for being mean to Koshka.
See,
So-
all this is telling me is who I don't want to be in apocalypse with.
Fair enough.
There could be a zombie at the window, and Elijah would be like, "He's so cold." No, he's not.
Literally. Like,
Might
he's
be.
so cold. Need to help him.
It could be cold. What if he needs a blanket? We have blankets.
Why is he blue? Because he's cold these days.
Because he's cold. Look at him, he's shivering. See his mouth go chit. He's chittering.